Forgot to get Daisy's bone. Hey, I forgot to get Daisy's bone.
Okay.
Thank you. One. Thanks a lot.
Here.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Go on. Get over there. Go on, hon. Good girl. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Wow. You going to eat that, hon? Wow. Let me see your bone, hon. I got to fix your little thing, honey. Watch out. Move that feet. I'll fix that for you later, hon. Hey, Tina. How you doing? Got up today and such a beautiful day. I think I'm going to go up. Well, I am going to do it. I'm going to go up and photograph the I've done this a million times. Mackinac Bridge. Are you familiar with the Mackinac Bridge? Oh yeah, I may go to Sault Ste. Marie. I'll have to see. Not exactly getting the earliest start, and it gets dark at 5:30. But it's such a beautiful day. I like it when it's kind of like misty like this. Now, mind you, that I know that this kind of stuff isn't very popular on YouTube. You'd think it would be, but it's not. Daisy's got her bone. Go ahead, hon. Eat it, honey. She's not hungry because I gave her one of her jerky treats and she wants to bury it. Why don't you bury it in here, hon? Hey, hon. Daisy, give me that bone. Bury it. Hey, nature. How you doing? Yeah, it's really a beautiful bridge. So that whole area around there is great to photograph. I've done it a million times. You think I'd get old? But it doesn't. Not on any of these days left. I don't think. You never know though. These are mild winters. So I figured I do this all the time. Can't control my impulses. I just do things even though I got a bunch of other stuff I should be doing. Damn it. Stay there, hon. Go on, get up there. Good girl. Good girl, honey. No, I forgot to give me the bone, and as I was getting my phone ready, I turned around. I thought, you know what, there's only one car there, I'll get a bone. I think they got a new girl working there. It's actually good coffee. And it's some of the best coffee I've had. I don't know. Maybe it's the presentation. They're always so nice, and it's always just like I want it, but I mean, I get a lot of coffees. I think it blows Starbucks away. If you had one of those places, they'd put Starbucks out of business. The coffee's that good. I'm not kidding you. Man, I caught my damn oven on fire last night. It's not the first time, but it's the worst time, I'll tell you that. I had got hungry and got up at 2:30 and I made a lamb patty. I never had it quite catch fire that bad. No, that coffee's yesterday's. That's yesterday's coffee and then today's. Such a great day today. See, she's burying her bone in a blanket. This guy could get a ticket for having this ladder out here. I guess he does have a little marker on there, but I don't think that's good enough. Now that's what I did. Lamb, you know, is very fatty. It's ground lamb, and I cooked 2 pieces of it. And I always stay around it because I know that's a possibility. And sure enough, it caught on fire. I've never had it catch on fire like that. I mean, it was like, I've never had to throw water inside my oven that I did last night. I'm glad I did too, because it would have been a huge problem. It was like that black billowing smoke you see out of a house fire. It only happened for a little while because I could see it coming. My fire alarm went off, beeped for about 20 minutes, had to get a fan, open the door. My neighbors must think I'm nuts. All new neighbors though, so they haven't been around long enough to figure out that I am nuts. Yeah, I mean, you can, if it's you know, it's contained in the oven, you can, I've never had to go to that extreme. It's not that big a deal if you don't panic. I've done it before, but it's a pain in the ass. I'm actually I'm the same distance away. I think it's 143 miles. I'm the same distance away from Sault Ste. Marie as I am when I go to Detroit, which is 183 miles. I don't know if you've ever taken any antidepressants, but I know what caused that. And it's a known side effect from Remeron is you gain weight. Well, you gain weight because it stimulates appetite. It's so weird. I don't really take that much of it. It makes my joints ache. But if I'd have just fallen asleep and stayed asleep, I would have never got up and made something to eat. But if you get up after you've taken that, you'll eat like a whole pack of cheese, no problem if you eat yourself. All right, natures. You have a good day too. And you never know. It's quite a ways away. It's a lot of moisture in the air this time of year, so there's no guarantee it's going to be nice when I get up there. But I don't mind. It's nice either way to me. I feel so bad for all these people with like problems making money, and what a time to go into the holidays with this kind of uncertainty. And sometimes I make it all the way up here without any buffering, and sometimes I don't. So if it buffers, I'll probably just sign off until I get there. Hey, Kay. Yeah, it was fun live last night. It sure was. I gotta find a better way to do the songs though, because I'm on another screen and there's no way you can keep up with the requests because you're missing so much. Hey, Justin. I'm going to get the whole front end rebuilt on this van Monday. I'll tell you a funny thing that, you know, when you need money and when you're short of money, you can't get any. If you're struggling and you need a break, it doesn't seem like people get any. And I'll give you some examples. When you don't have much, no one's ever coming over and saying, you know what, I know you're struggling, let me buy your dinner. But if you get a YouTube channel, even on a small level, if you're a sports person, people be coming out of the woodwork wanting to send you this, buy you this. And of course, you don't need it. And you tap out everything you have. You got your credit cards maxed. You're making the minimum payment, and you're watching the balance just go up because you're never cutting into the interest. So it's kind of the beginning of the end. It'll get to the point where you just extend your credit so bad that you got to declare bankruptcy or something. Like my condo I paid cash for when I moved in. Those were back in the days when you could make money. But I couldn't refinance it if I wanted to because I'm not working. So you end up tapping everything you can. You're selling stuff for less than it's worth, that kind of stuff. And through that ordeal, I ended up getting a Walmart credit card. And, they give you a low limit, 23% interest, which to me is criminal. And I had been with Chase Bank for years, and I had decent amounts of money in there. And when they really get you by the balls is when you're going broke, and they notice it by the constant observation of your credit report. It's not that you're not making payments, but they can see that these balances aren't coming down, and they're going up, and you're making the minimum payment, which is the writing on the wall that they're going to get screwed. So what they'll do, and if you look at the terms of agreement, they'll contact, say, hey, Mr. Reed, thank you for being a member of Chase for, $9,000. But we can tell you're going broke because you're making the minimum payment. You've done that before. And we'd like some new updated financial information. And it's like, oh, no. It's like, well, you know what that entails. You can't give them any. If you're going to give them some updated financial information, it's going to be that you're running out of money, you're desperate, and that's why your credit payment history is like it's been for the last year. So you bullshit them as best you can, but they're experts at this. They got this down to a science. They've got all the warnings they need to see that you are not getting a steady stream of money. So they say, well, you had a $15,000 credit limit, and here you're already strapped. You're making the minimum payment, and we're going to knock your credit down to 10 grand, which effectively cuts off that card that you've maxed up to 15,000. I mean, if you're only making the minimum payment on 15 grand, what kind of favor do you think they're doing you when you still got a $15,000 balance and a $10,000 credit limit? So they got you by the balls. And then I get the next call. It's like, hey, Mr. Reed, we looked at your financial picture again, and we value you as a customer, but you're not keeping the minimum balances in your accounts any longer. So we're going to charge you $25 a month for your checking account. And you're thinking, shit, man, $25 for a checking account. When you're making money, who cares? When you're not, I care. So they start that. So anyway, I go through this bullshit. I end up selling some things. Everything's great, but it was a long process. It was about a year and a half of like big time stress. So about a month ago, Chase calls me and says, hey, we value you as your client, and is there anything we can do for you? I said, well, as a matter of fact, yeah, when I get a chance, I'm gonna go someplace else. I just haven't got around to doing it because when I really needed a break and really needed some credit, you guys lowered my limits, started charging me. And he said, oh, let me look at your records. Oh, yeah, of course you want to look at my records now because there's no problem with them. So this guy went back and he says, I don't think you were ever charged. I said, oh, yeah, I was charged. I was charged $25 a month for about a year and a half. He said, well, let me look. He's acting like it's the first time he's ever looked at a computer. Yeah, he said, yeah, you were charged for about 25 months of $25. He said, I'll waive those fees for you. And I'm sorry, thanks interest. They went and waived $500 worth of $25 a month charges because now they want to be friends again. Even though I was never late on a payment. That's where a lot of being drug addicted girls getting out of that. Yeah, they really do. That's how they get. The biggest crooks of them all, though? I never had that happen my whole life. The biggest crooks of them all. Oh, I did have a guy default on a $500,000 loan. That was part of the problem. And, you know, I hadn't been working in a long time, and if you're a private detective, getting clients is damn near impossible. It's harder than it's to the pie is so small. And all the people my age have retired, so I don't have any contacts like I used to. So it wasn't like I could all of a sudden strap down and start making a bunch of money. I was absolutely screwed. But the biggest crooks of them all, if you ask me, through that whole ordeal, was Walmart. They let these poor suckers come in there that are struggling as a family or whatever, and 23% interest rate. That's criminal if you ask me. You're already going to Walmart. It's not like you're going to a specialty butcher shop. But over time, you get to see who's good and who isn't, and who helps people and who doesn't. And I really pay close attention to that. And I'd break it off in their ass if I ever got an opportunity. Yeah, hey, I like going up to Mackinac. But it just shows you the haves and the have-nots. That's how it is. I bet I couldn't have got that guy that called me yesterday. I bet I couldn't have got him to return my phone call early on. They're going to say, who's on the phone? It's Mr. Reed. He doesn't think he should be charged $25 a month, even though he's only made the minimum payment for the last year. It's like, tell Mr. Reed that I'm sorry. He won't even have enough balls to talk to you, because he knows the conversation's going to be confrontational. And it's sad to me, like with the Native American. And then you got a cop coming up and hassling. Yeah, it should be better now. Sorry about that. And there's something wrong with these systems, man. I used to come up here all the time, and I'd talk all the way to Mackinac on the bridge, no problem. It's the UP that gave me problems. Now it buffers everywhere. Come on, hon. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Good girl. Good girl. Sorry about the buffering. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's no method to the madness of why. It buffers when I'm in an open, flat area. It doesn't buffer when I'm surrounded by giant trees. Marijuana, humblebee. Hey Angie, how you doing? I guess you weren't feeling good for a while? Mackinac City, actually, where I can see Mackinac Island and the Mackinac Bridge. Are you familiar with that area? You need to, you and your husband need to come up for a long weekend. Be worth it. It's a legit attraction. Beautiful. Mackinac Island. Yeah, how you doing, Tinkerbell? How's it going? Oh, depression. Well, you can now me any good to talk to people when I'm depressed. But if it does you, believe me, I've been there. So you can call anytime if you think it could help you, if there's something I could do for you. No problem. Yeah, Google Mackinac Island, Michigan. You're too young, but and I'm just using this as a reference. They did the movie Somewhere in Time there. Christopher Reeves. A great movie. They claim it's a cult movie. That's what they always claim when it's box office. But Mackinac Island, Michigan is a special place. I'm not shitting you. And it's like Niagara Falls. It's beautiful. And if you look at the Mackinac Bridge, I think that's the longest suspension bridge in the country. Beautiful. Now, I already know going up here that this isn't a video or a trip that is going to garner much attention. The point is, don't get depressed when you put up a video you think's good and you think everybody's going to watch it. I already know before I left that nobody cares about trips like this. Oh, good, getting better. Yeah, I know how it goes, believe me. Well, I mean, some of it's good, some of it's bad. I think that's why anybody that has a child that has attention deficit disorder, it's not all bad. I think I do know a lot about a lot of things, but I'm average at best at all of them. I'll challenge anybody in Jeopardy. Now, will Jeopardy help me get a job? No. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, I joke about depression. I think if I wasn't depressed, I'd probably be home doing accounting today. But because I get depressed and I'm feeling a little good, I hit the road. This is Grayling, Michigan. I just had two A-10s out there. When you see these military operation areas, I know I was that way when I was flying. You'll think I'm never going to see why I'm up here. Yeah, probably true. You could fly for 15 years and never see one, and then one day, like 2 days ago, there'll be one rocketing across the ground below you doing about 400 miles an hour. This is one of those areas right here. That's my favorite plane, by the way, the A-10. I know two guys that flew those in a beautiful airplane. It's also part of the reason why we're still in America protecting our grounds is because of airplanes like that. Hey, Pauline. Hey, Dave. Now, another thing too, Angie already knows this, but you know, I want to keep the channel drama-free if possible. And if I get screenshots of people playing both sides, deleting comments that they shouldn't, and I'm 100% sure I got them by the balls, there's no coming back. Not only do I delete their comments, I block them permanently, and you may come up with another screen name, but I'll block that one too if I figure out it's you. I don't want any drama, gossip, none of this crazy bullshit. And when I find out it's happened, all I can do is get rid of them. Hey, LA, yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it buffers like that. LA, that'd be a good place for you to come with your family and do a vacation. Mackinac Island. And I can understand how, you know, starting a channel, you get burned out sometimes, Angie. See, for me, it was never that way. I mean, like I said, my videos sat around for years, nobody watched them, so I never expected any subscribers or regular viewers. You know, I can see how you would like be watching it all the time and trying to fix it, getting better. It'd drive you nuts.